Hey, it's Nick Simons again, December 23rd, 2021. I figured I was inspired to say something, so I figured I would. Before I thought, I don't want to have to write it down. I'm tired of writing, as I stated earlier. That's one of the reasons I'm doing these videos, is because I've written so much the past couple months that I'm just tired of it. So I've reading the 7 Habits book in jail really helped, because now I know to instead, like a lot of the mistakes I made when I was trying to like get people to understand how I felt and what I was going through was it could only be perceived as a plea for sympathy, from the people I was talking to, and they were just tired of it. It's been going on. I mean, these issues between me and my dad have been going on for like 20 or 30 years, so everyone's just tired of it. The bottom line is that he pays for stuff, so, and that's what it is. And, but how I could have gone at it, which would have got me better results, is if I presented the scenarios in a what can we do about this kind of way. What can I do about this? What can be done? What's the best thing I can do? Help me understand. If I came to them asking them for help to help me understand, things would have been different. Just the plea for sympathy thing was just too much, too, old, and didn't work. Just getting out. I mean, it turns out that really was just the thing to do, was just to get out. It's hard to accept that. Like, I don't know. It was hard for me to accept that I should just leave. All I wanted to do was blah, blah, blah. There's no point in even going back into that right now. But what I'm saying is, that was my point, is coming at it from a what can we do about this angle, which is true in how, if we're discussing things like, one thing I noticed about the recovery community up here, it's prevalent down south too, but a little bit more up here, is there's kind of a gossipy type, let's judge people talk, that's kind of prevailing, or, I always like when someone's complaining about how everyone gossips, and then they start gossiping, and just, but if we're actually concerned for our friends, this is what I've learned from the 7 Habits book. If we have to talk about these things, or if we have to vent about something we're going through, at a sober house or something like that, what we can do is come at it from a what can we do about it angle. What can I do about this? Am I correct in how I feel? Instead of it being kind of a mean-spirited type of thing, because on a spiritual level, that only generates kind of negative karma, if there's such a thing. I hate putting a label on karma, because that's once you get in depth into studying Buddhism and Hinduism, you realize that there's no such thing as good or bad karma. It's just karma, and that's what it is. And that's, they do not label karma, but so I can maybe go with effects, but I'm just saying, like, any type of mean-spirited discussion, really, that's, just, you could look at it like it's like sharing demons in a sense, kind of, so to say, whether you believe in demons or not. It's just an easier expression for me to use rather than psychology lingo, or scientific terminology. I'm trying to be understood here. I want to be able to communicate with everybody in a way everybody can understand, and not try to use big words, that I might have to explain, because some people didn't go to college and some people didn't study this type of stuff. So they, and that's fine too. But, so that's really just what I wanted to express right now, is come at it from a what can we do about this, how can we help, and be sincere and authentic and wanting to help. And if you detect any type of mean-spirited thoughts, just like a good parent, to a child, just tell yourself through mindfulness, just It's okay for you to feel like that, but how maybe you can express it differently, you know, to yourself. Even because the language you use with yourself in your head and all that is the language that's going to come out of your mouth in a sense. If you're being negative in your mind, you're going to come out, your words are going to, even if you're trying to sound nice, your tone is going to be negative, your body language will be like negative, you know what I mean? And people can cue in on that. So just because you're saying some things doesn't, mean that people are interpreting what you're saying to be true if your body language and the tone of your voice and stuff like that gives you away. So it's best to just catch those negative thoughts in all kinds of ways. If you're thinking this is the most fucked up thing that can happen, catch yourself and tell yourself, like, hey, this is bad, but you're going to get over it. And then you'll start to think more positively, and the positivity will come out in your wordage, your verbiage, the tone of your voice, and your body language, and you'll be a more inviting person to talk to and be around in a sense. So think about it. It's not just good for yourself; it's good for everyone else around you. If you catch those negative type thoughts, if you're telling yourself, this person, what's wrong with this person? Why do they got to act like that? Think to yourself, maybe can I come at it from a different angle? Like the way I look at it, that's been helping me is when I see people that appear to be abrasive in their manner and their demeanor, people that might be got an edge, a little bit more of an attitude or a little bit more of an edge than they need to, and they come across as unlikable, they're probably suffering. And that's their way of coming out, the way it seeps out, and through the way they carry themselves. We don't know what these people are going through. If we knew everything, maybe we would be more understanding and less judgmental. So try to catch yourself and think maybe there's not something bad about this person, or I don't need to be, maybe I don't need to be as miserable as I feel. It's your perspective, you know what I mean? It's like you've heard the term, like, train your brain, like, it's kind of like that. But you could go back to the parent your thoughts kind of idea. It's just like a good parent, is firm, but not nasty and not passive. They're right there kind of in they're the middle way that they approach it from, where if the kid knocks over a glass or something, an authoritative parent will come through and say, "Oh, hey, you messed up. You should have been paying attention." But hey, that happens, man. We're going to learn from this, and you're going to pay more attention now. So this isn't a bad thing because you're going to learn from it. Where an authoritarian parent is just going to be nasty and just come down hard. But a passive parent might just go clean it up and not even make the child take responsibility for their action, not have to, experience the effect of their cause, so to speak. But you could be like that with your thoughts. Don't allow your thoughts to be negative and nasty and mean, but don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be the authoritarian type parent, and just be authoritative with yourself, and be understanding. But hey, this is whatever you did is a learning mistake, or this is part of the learning process. Let's move forward, live wisely, and learn from our mistakes. Maybe even live wiser and learn from others' mistakes, but it's hard to do that because everybody is a unique individual, with their own blend of DNA and environments growing up, environments they're in now. So that's the message basically, is let's just work towards wanting to help each other and not just wanting to look like we want to help, or not, actually doing what it takes, to help each other rise up. And it all starts from within. Oxygen mask rule, baby. All right, talk to you guys later.